Hi, and welcome to MCC Today, the television program brought to you from the campus at Muscatine Community College, where we give you the scoop on all things MCC. I'm Katie Watson, your host, and with me is a face from our previous television program from MCC, Miss Elida Perales. Woo, we're back together, yay!
Such progress you've made. That opening is wonderful.
Okay, what do you think about our brew going on behind?
I think it's beautiful.
What do you think of that?
I love so much about the set. I love that. I love the opening.
I have to say, I feel totally underdressed because Chad's really stepped up the ambiance, don't you think?
Yes, it looks great.
But I'm casual for a cause. That's one thing we could talk about on this episode because we're talking about all things advising today.
Yes.
This is the special advising edition of MCC Today because it's that time of year, but let's face it, folks, we run these shows over and over. So even though we are talking about spring 14 registration, just plug in any given year. And what we talk about is still good.
Yes, absolutely.
Or a disclaimer that the day we spoke about it, it was true.
Absolutely. Getting advised, getting registered is always important year round.
Absolutely. So tell us what's going on in advising, what's new and shaking, what should we know about?
Well, right now we're getting prepared for Advising Day, which is the start of registration for the next semester. So we're gearing up for that. We have lots of great incentives in place. We're registering for the spring, for winterim, and for summer. So winterim's a great opportunity for people as well. You can get a class done in 10 days.
Okay, rewind.
Okay,
because people say spring, fall, summer, north, things pop into our head.
Right.
What is
Did you just say north?
Did I say north?
I thought you said spring, fall,
north,
yeah.
whatever.
It's okay.
Spring, fall,
Good stuff.
summer, whatever. That makes sense to people.
Yes.
Winterim.
So winterim is the time frame after fall. So fall semester ends in December, and before spring starts, spring begins in January. So between December and January, a student could complete a course online. The course typically runs for 10 days, and it's just a way to get 3 credits right there in between when you're usually on break.
So let's say I'm a student at the University of Iowa, or I have a child at Ambrose, and I anticipate that during the holidays they're going to be lounging around on my couch. So I could say to said student, hey, why don't you get one of your gen eds done at MCC?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if anybody can do that, how best for them to register? Because some of these students don't necessarily come in every day, so they may not know you or know who to ask for.
Well, if you're currently at MCC, you could just come over to the Student Center and ask at the information desk to see an advisor, and we have all that information. We can get you registered. You need to be aware that the winterim course is attached to your spring financial aid package.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, so keeping that in mind, and I think there's an offering maybe of 10 to 12 classes. So
if I'm somewhere else, another institution, and I just want to pay cash,
then give us a call.
It doesn't matter, right? Okay.
Give us a call if you're at another institution. We extend you the courtesy that you've been accepted to a 4-year institution. You are obviously more than likely performing at a college level for reading and writing, so we extend you the courtesy of registering you for those classes.
That's a good point. So they could do it they could email you?
They could email us. They could call us. And let me correct what I just said. So if you want to sign up for a math class, we are going to ask you that you have the prerequisites.
Sure.
Right. So I just want to make sure that you do need the prerequisite for the course.
And that could be an ACT score. It could be, let's say I'm just now ready for college algebra, but I've taken the elementary algebra 2.
Yes, exactly.
So that's how I know that.
Yes.
Okay.
But you can call us, you can email me, you can email us, and just let us know that you're interested. And the winterim courses, they are listed online, so you can take a look at what we're offering and choose what you would like to enroll in.
So they go to eicc.edu?
Yes, and I would probably the easiest way, I don't have that memorized, is probably just to Google winterim courses.
Okay, yeah, because a little search engine pops up. So that, or what you do is look for an advisor and give someone a call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those things work too.
Yeah, absolutely.
One class done over your break. That could
and
be.
It's only 10 days, and break is what, usually a month?
For us it is, yes.
Yeah, so you still have time to
Okay. Well, we got off course, did we not? She got me so excited about winterim that I forgot all about spring. So advising day, explain what advising day is. So, because if I'm a freshman, I may not know.
Yes. So on our campus, advising day is the first day that you can get registered for the subsequent semester. So on that day, we cancel classes with the idea that faculty can meet with their advisees. So our full-time faculty all advise students. And then if you don't have classes that day, the idea is that you'll come into campus and you'll get registered for the next semester. So we call that priority registration. We give our current students first option to classes, and then it's the following Monday that we allow new students to register.
And we can have new students for January. So if we missed the boat in August and we've been kind of kicking ourselves, or if we went to another institution and it didn't go well, they can start in January.
Right. Absolutely.
Do they need to send transcripts from their previous institution, or how would you recommend they proceed?
Yeah, there's actually we can just kind of go through the how to become a student steps. All new students are required to complete a bridge orientation, which is a fabulous program that we have. It's like a mini orientation. So a student would listen to an MCC college expectations portion, just to let them know what we expect of them as students, what they can expect from us as faculty and staff, just get them started off on the right foot. They would get a campus tour. They would learn about our EICC Connect website.
Which is critical.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you're going, what's EIC Connect? If you're a current student and you're saying those words, you need to come into the advising center, because you really need to know how to get into your Connect. Hopefully every current student knows.
Yeah, because so many of our faculty now and so many of our classes incorporate an online component, and you access that through EICC Connect.
It's kind of our internal communication system versus the website, which is what we share with the world. We share special information to family and other members of the community.
And good point, because you have all your private records on EICC Connect, which right now it would be instrumental that you're checking your grades and midterm grades, so that you know how you're progressing in the class, and all that information is on EICC Connect.
So if you've not done it yet, you forgot your login, or you did it during orientation but you still forgot, give us a contact, or go on and click Connect, and it will tell you how to get through the help desk information. And I think I had to call for a student Wednesday at the high school, and the way they were talking to her on the phone, they were essentially just stepping her through the website. So I think if you'll go and click on Connect, I think it is pretty self-explanatory how to get logged in.
And we will show you that at Bridge Orientation, and then you will also get registered at Bridge Orientation. So it's important that you give us a call, schedule that Bridge Orientation, and prior to that appointment, start your financial aid if you're going to use financial aid to pay for classes, and also that you take an assessment. You've got to bring to us assessment scores or previous college coursework in which you were successful.
Okay, so I'm like everybody else. We're all human, we're all busy, and we're thinking, okay, I know I have to do that, but I'm going to put it off. Tell us why that is not what you should do. Tell us why. I know it's human nature, and it's everybody's tendency that I've got all this stuff going right now. After Christmas, or after this, or after that, I'll go and I'll do the registration. Tell us what are the benefits to registering early?
Well, to registering early or to enrolling for the first time, I think.
Either way, but registering early versus waiting
registering
until
early
January
is imperative
15th.
for a lot of reasons. It never fails. Every semester we have a list of classes that get canceled, and they're canceled for low enrollment. And after they're canceled, we get students who call and say, oh, but I needed that class for graduation, or I really needed that class to keep
for my job.
And
isn't it funny? Doesn't it feel that way? That as soon as Robin sends that email that says these are canceled, I will get 2 or 3 calls. Seriously? That came out this week. It just never fails. So, good reason. That's one.
One of the most important reasons is so that it increases the chances that course will not be canceled if we can get students enrolled in there as soon as possible. Secondly is, everyone's busy, people have families, people are working, people are involved in extracurricular activities. So, if you can make your schedule what you want, take the classes that you want at the times that you want them, that makes life easier for you.
She just nailed it right there. If you can rearrange a day now, it will save you 16 weeks of trying to make arrangements.
Absolutely.
You should write a book or something. That is
fabulous.
good. That is
Yeah.
good. Put it on a t-shirt or something,
Yeah.
because you are right. They wait because there's not a convenient time, and then when you're sitting with
Yeah.
a student as an
And
advisor.
you can choose that now.
Yeah, you could just say, I only want mornings, or I don't want a night class, or I do want night classes, or whatever. That is absolutely right. Adjust your schedule for 3 hours now versus 16 weeks later.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Feel free to use that,
Yeah.
Elida.
And then also just because, you've gone through your first semester and now you've heard a little bit about this class and that class and this instructor and that instructor, and you've experienced it yourself. You know the classes that you're eager to be in, the instructors that you're eager to have. You figured out if you're not a morning person.
That's true.
You figured out if you're not a 3 hours at night person. So you now have some preferences. And so the best way to get the classes that you want is to register early and get the schedule that you want, the instructors that you want, the classes that you want.
I agree.
And even more importantly, and almost more excitingly, this semester we are giving away $1,000.
To us?
No.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so all students enrolled on or before November 5th will be automatically entered into a giveaway of $1,000.
Is it one chance per student who is registered prior, or one chance per credit hour?
One chance per student.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't get too fancy.
No, I was like, I'm all about enrollment. I'm the numbers person, so I'm all about, let's see, so if you take 12 instead of 9 hours, I suppose that wouldn't be ethical,
that's a good idea, though. That's a good idea. That's something we can, if we ever, depending on how this goes, if we ever get to, that's a cool idea.
I feel your vibe in this, Elida. Elida is the queen of fun, ways to make an event fun. You are the one that wants to give away prizes and have door prizes and
I was
have
at a workshop and they called that spirited. So
that
they said
you
that's
are
a
the queen.
spirited.
I felt when I read, I was just glancing through emails really quickly trying to make sure that I hadn't missed something this morning, and I thought, incentives for registration, that is Elida.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first incentive is I need to be registered. Is this for Wintram or January? Either one. Yeah. If I'm registered before November.
You've got to register for spring, because there's some stipulations to the $1,000. So $500 of that will go towards spring tuition.
Ooh.
And I guess Wintram is considered spring, so I think that would be okay.
Well, let's just make the decision.
Yeah,
What do you think?
it's okay. Executive decision. Register for Wintram in spring. Is that okay?
I think so.
I think so.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah. So if you're registered.
Is this a person who's considered to be a full-time MCC or Scott or Clinton?
Yes.
You know, they could be taking some classes.
Well, all three campuses are doing it.
Okay.
So if you are,
that's good to know.
if your home location is Scott, then you'll be eligible for their drawing. And Clinton, theirs, and Muscatine, ours.
Okay. So you can't be a guest student.
Right.
Which are people who come and just do a class online during a summer or winter. That's what we call guests.
Yes.
But, you know, if you're part of the family.
Yeah. Yep.
There's your incentive. Awesome.
Yep, absolutely. And $500 will go towards spring tuition, and then $500 you'll get in the form of a Barnes & Noble gift card to spend as you please.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah, and I've heard that you can buy a computer or a Nook or any of those things in the bookstore.
Or you could get registered and refer a friend, and then your name goes into a drawing to win a free Nook. So, all kinds of incentives.
Awesome. So I come in, my goal is to be in before November what?
For the drawing on or before November 5th. But of course, the earlier the better, and we will start seeing students on October 28th. You can schedule your appointments now, and everybody goes to the information desk in the Student Center to schedule an appointment. You can call to schedule an appointment, walk in to schedule an appointment, and then will see your advisor and get registered. And then refer your friends.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go beyond student services a little bit into the apartments. Let's say I chose to live at home for the fall. You know, I didn't quite know what I wanted to do. Now I feel like I really want to move in. Is it too late for me to do that coming into January semester? can I still get into the villas?
Yeah, and I guess, I mean, I don't have my hand in what's going on over there, but I haven't heard that they're full, so I don't think that would be a problem at all.
I think they are.
Yeah, so I think if you, and a lot of people say, I live in Muscatine, why would I live at the villas? And I'm a strong proponent for do whatever you can to get that college experience, whether it's 5 miles from your home, an hour, 4 hours from your home. There's something to be said about living with other people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, being able to study, having access to them, learning how to do things like your laundry, cook for yourself.
That's so
These are all things. Yeah.
How do you get along with somebody else when all you've ever done is live with a sister or a brother or your parents?
Yep.
And now all of a sudden you're expected to act like an adult. Nobody teaches you how to do that really at home. So that it is a great kind of baby step into how do you live and behave socially.
Yeah, so I think it's when people say, well, why would I do that when I live in Muscatine? And I think, well, what safer way to try that when you are close to home, and if things don't go the way that you like, you have your parents or family.
Net.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit of a safety net. And somebody else could do your laundry. That's a good thing. Maybe bring in some home-cooked meals.
Yeah, enjoy that while you're in college. No one does it after you graduate. Yeah.
So, okay, student services. Tell me of some of the services that we're providing in student services. Some people have been away for a while. I just toured a family through last week, and she had graduated, but she was just like, wow, that's different, that's different, that's different. So just kind of tell us about some services and some things that people can expect if they're nervous about starting and don't know for sure if they should even step across the threshold.
Okay. Well, the bridge orientation is new, and I think it's a wonderful way to get people acclimated, but if that sounds like just too much to start with, you can always just make an appointment to come in and talk to one of our advisors or even Katie, and we can just talk to you about, what is it that you're wanting to do? What is it that you're nervous about? We get lots of students that come in with their parents, and they just have that initial conversation about what is this going to be like? And they're asking questions like, well, how often do classes meet? And, what if I start having trouble, and what are your other resources? And so we'll share with them at that time that all students get 2 advisors. So there's an academic advisor, and that person is intended to help ensure that you're working on the proper curriculum, the proper classes to get you to graduation. They can answer questions about career options.
Transfer,
exactly. And then all students get a student achievement advisor. So that person is there for support for anything else that happens outside of the classroom. Students don't exist in a vacuum. It's not like they're just here and school's all they have in their lives.
I don't know if you feel the same way, but it always feels to me like when students are struggling or they don't return or they fail classes, it's never, I shouldn't say never, it's very often not the academics. It's that stuff. It's that other stuff that gets in the way, whether that's family or work or transportation. Transportation is a serious issue for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is. So it's that kind of stuff where they miss a class and then they miss another class and then, then the baby gets sick and then and pretty soon it just snowballs. So it typically is not that the student can't manage the academic load, it's really the life load.
Yeah, and we encourage students that more than likely if you're experiencing it, we've had somebody else in our office who's experienced it, but we have all kinds of community resources that we can offer you. We have free counseling on campus. We have people who can work with you for time management, financial management. We have test-taking strategies, reading strategies. There's all this information that we can share.
Military support.
Which
is a great thing to have on campus. We've always had Robin, and she is our registrar, and she works with academic transcripts, so bringing credits in from the military to the college system. But now we have Rebecca.
Yes.
And Rebecca is that support.
Yes, and she's a wonderful advocate for.
Because there's all sorts of benefits that military and their families get.
Yeah.
But I'm not in that world, so I don't necessarily know that when I sit down with a student.
Yeah.
So.
And it's wonderful for students because it is a different culture, and to have somebody who comes from that and is aware of that and understands the pressures that you're experiencing. The rest of us might not take that into consideration when we're talking to our students, and she gets that firsthand, and so she can talk about that with you, and she knows all of the resources. So it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's been a great addition, and that's been about a year, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I think she's just been here a year. but it's a fabulous thing to be able to offer. I'm going to plug another event. Besides Advising Day, which is, of course, very important, this is an event that's open to the public as well as our MCC students. We're going to have an agency fair on campus. And the title of it is Together We Are Making a Difference in Muscatine. And it's all of those social service agencies that provide support, whether that's tuition support, transportation support, maybe it's child care services that are free or reduced. Maybe they can provide meals for families that are trying to do
vouchers
both.
for your children to be involved in activities.
And it could be school. It doesn't have to be MCC. So if you have children who are younger, but yet you're still needing some resources, we're right now I'm at 33 tables.
Fabulous.
And Bob, our maintenance Bob, he is stressed out about not having enough room. I said, we'll double up, we'll all squeeze in, it's going to be fantastic. And what a sign of support for our students as well as the community. I mean, it was like that fast. I shoot an email out and I get it to a consortium of people, which are a great consortium of people, and it spread like wildfire.
Yeah. And what a great opportunity.
Fantastic.
I mean, otherwise you'd have to call all these agencies one at a time, look up the number, make time to visit, everything in one place. That's just fantastic.
And I hope the public will come. It's October the 29th, and they will be here from about 11 to 2 in Strand Hall, which is on the MCC campus. So if you don't know where we are, you don't know where to find us, you can Google Muscatine Community College. You'll find out we're at 152 Colorado Street. And then you just show up. You don't have to pre-register. If you're just in town buying groceries and you think, oh, shoot, I wanted to go to that. Stop in, because they're going to be here, and they were so excited that it's made me excited.
It's an exciting event.
It is. And I hope some of our students, maybe a student who didn't think they could afford the apartments, maybe they're just getting by doing their classes, maybe there's somebody there that will be able to give them that extra funding or that extra support so they can do it.
And I think that people would be surprised by how much they don't know or how much they don't realize that what Muscatine offers. I mean, I was born here, I've lived here for 37 years, and when we have updates on community resources, I learn new things every single time.
I do too. And I'm not from here like you are, but still, I'm still constantly amazed at the support structure in Muscatine. And I have a Chinese exchange teacher who's here. So she's been here a month, and she's constantly saying to me, it is fabulous that Muscatine does this. It is fabulous that you do this for your students. It is fabulous. And until you see it through someone else's lens, sometimes you kind of take for granted that I think we really do have a caring and giving community. She was blown away by Day of Caring. So have you gotten any feedback about Day of Caring? Haven't had a student yet?
I participated in the past, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful day. Wonderful service.
It is, and what a great day for companies. Thank you, applauding all of the companies in Muscatine. A shout out to all those companies who allow their employees.
Shout outs. We used to do shout outs.
Who allow their employees to have a half a day or a day off to go do something good.
What was the activity this year?
The one I participated in was getting the gallery ready for the Bai exhibit, which is a Chinese photographer who's coming, and he has over 100 pieces of photography he wants to exhibit and then leave here for the community to benefit from.
Oh, wow.
So we were getting that building ready. So it was fantastic. And I know we had about 3 groups on campus, so I'm not sure. I'll be interested to hear. Usually after Advising Day, we get all the feedback about what they did and where they went. I mentioned that I'm casual for a cause today, so I'm going to let Elida talk a little bit about some of those things that we do as a faculty and staff to support civic organizations.
Yeah, I know right now there's the United Way campaign, the Raising for the United Way. So Casual for a Cause monies are currently going to them, and then we also, as employees, can have some payroll deductions contributing in that fashion. I know there's always a soup lunch, which is everyone at
it's funny, a thing about us, if we really want to raise money, we cook and eat.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
And certain people have, they've earned reputations for certain soups and certain baked goods, and
that's how we roll.
Yeah.
The Kettle campaign is coming up. MCC and its students are very supportive of the Kettle campaign, and that, of course, is for Salvation Army.
Yep.
But every one of our student organizations has its own civic contribution, a way of giving back,
Yeah,
whether that's supporting a family or supporting,
Yeah.
the Humane Society.
Yeah, I think there was students just had walking tacos for MCSA, I think. Maybe
I did
last
hear
week
that.
or so. Yeah.
I'm out all the time. I feel like I miss so much. I'm out
The
all the
nursing
time, but I
students
did
had
see
a
that.
bake sale today.
Yep, and the nursing students, they often go into like the Jesus Mission and places like that and do free screenings, whether that's just blood pressures or if it's just overall physical health, looking for skin cancers or whatever. They volunteer at that organization. Every single one of our student organizations does something like that. And I think that that's a great message for our students to give to the community, that we appreciate being here and appreciate what the community gives to our students.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, Elida,
Is Chad telling us it's time to
real
wrap up?
quickly, register for Wintram.
Yes. So register. So contact us. Call us. Walk in to our front desk. Get your appointment set up to get registered on or before November 5th. On November 5th, we'll actually be having free breakfast and free lunch. Maybe even playing a movie in our student center. We've played Gremlins in the past and some other things. Be entered into that drawing for the $1,000. Refer a friend, be entered into the drawing for the Nook. And I just want to say thank you to the Advising Day team. So it's not just me who comes up with all these fabulous ideas.
Oh.
This year it was Anthony Bileski from Clinton,
Anthony.
Marcus Harris, Linda Plummer, Tom Rathman, Anabelia Calderon Flores. That's how she says her name.
Yeah,
We love
I
it.
know. I can't
Yeah.
do that.
And then our newbie, Lindsay Ramsey.
Lindsay, and if you haven't met Lindsay yet, definitely come by on Advising Day and get a chance to say hi.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great team. No wonder it's fun stuff.
It was fun stuff.
That's
It was
awesome.
a great team, yep.
I got a chance to sit in on an advising meeting, a district-wide advising meeting, and let me just say those are good people.
Yeah.
We have good people at EICC.
We do.
Okay, well, that is it for our special advising edition of MCC Today. Make sure you get here for Advising Day and get that schedule you want when you want it.